AVC Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. Last week I did a Rolling Stones tag, so it's only fair that I do the Beatles tag this week. So there's fewer questions, but this tag was put together by a good friend of mine, Mark Morris. He's a big Beatles fan. Um, and there's 10 questions. Uh, I am a big Beatles fan, but I've kind of moved away from them. I mean, I talked about the Rolling Stones last week. Saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show when I was 9 years old, and by the time I was 15, that's when they put out their last record. So they only lasted for 6 years. But in those 6 years, I was a huge, huge Beatles fan. So I sort of have the Beatles in my DNA. I do not. I'm not a completist in my Beatles collection. I've got about a cube and a little bit, and that includes solo records, etc., etc. And I don't have every Beatles records, to my shame, I guess. But anyways, let me just start the question off. Now, question number one. Show and talk about your favorite Beatles acquisition of 2025. Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I did not get a Beatles acquisition in 2025. And I got this in 2026, and it's not from one of the Beatles, but it is Beatles related. So I think it's close to that. It'll provide an answer anyways, but I got about a month ago, I picked up a copy of Julian Lennon's third album. The first two are really easy to find. Anything after that by Julian Lennon are really hard to find. This happens to be a sealed copy. No, it was not $2.99. It was a little bit more than that. I gave it. I streamed it, and it's a pretty good record. Just like his first two records are pretty good. So, Beatles related, not 2025, but pretty close to 2025, just past 2025. So that's my answer to number one. Show an album or artist other than the Beatles on the Apple label. Well, last summer, Mike, MGK Boston, gave me a copy of Mary Hopkins' first record, I think, called Postcard. It is on the Apple label. There you go. Mary Hopkins went on to marry Tony Visconti, of all people. And she didn't have a very long career, I don't think. I think she released about maybe 4 or 5 records. If you got signed to the Apple label, you're kind of they're hot for you when they sign you, and then as far as promoting you farther on down the road, they're more Beatles focused, obviously. So that wasn't always a great career move to get signed to Apple Records. Okay. Beatles lyrics. Show albums that have a song with lyrics which you particularly like and which make you cringe. Well, I use this record here. This is just called The Beatles, the White Album, everybody calls it. Cheap copy I found for $2, but the record is just fine inside. So let's start with the songs that I don't like. Let's see, what do we got on here? Wild Honey Pie, not too great. Obla Di, Obla Da, I've talked about that before. I don't really like it. Sorry, Catherine S., I know you like that song. You like playing that song on the piano anyways. So these are just my opinions, and I'm sure that if you are a Beatles fan, I used to love every Beatles song. But as I got a little more sophisticated, I can look at them critically now, and they're a band like, maybe the best band in the world, the best band ever, but they could release some clunkers as well. Okay, now some good songs. Happiness is a Warm Gun, great lyrics to that. While My Guitar Gently Weeps is fantastic. Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except Me and My Monkey. Again, another great song. Savoy Truffle is a great song. So those are some examples of crappy songs and great songs. Question number 4. Display a book you would recommend to other Beatles fans. And as I explained last week in my Rolling Stones tag, I do not collect books. I read books all the time. I get them from the library or borrow them from friends, and I just don't have room to store all books. And I thought, well, I don't have a Beatles book. But you know what? I actually do have a Beatles book. And this is what I have. This is a companion to the anthology by the Beatles. A little bit self-serving. It's huge. I have not read the whole thing yet, which is unusual because it's difficult to read. I don't want to ruin it. So every time I have a few minutes down here, I'll read a couple of pages or a chapter, and it's got lots of Lots of pictures in here. It's a great, I'd recommend it if you don't have this. It's probably out of print now, but if you can find a used copy, well worth picking up. Full of great pictures and some interesting information, if self-serving, because, you know, Beatles were promoting this anthology, so why would they slag themselves? And oh, the anthology. Let me just run this one again. Anthology controversy. Did you buy it? Discuss your decision. Well, I'm well aware of the anthology's controversy from the anthology that they released last year. I don't have the first 2 volumes of the anthology. They didn't come out on record. I'm not really that interested that much in outtakes, etc., etc. And the price is really, it's not my thing. So I did not buy it. If it's your thing, go for it. But yeah, it's not for me. Discuss a solo Beatles song you would like to see get a full Beatles treatment. Show the album where it's featured. Well, I thought about this question a long time. I've gone through albums. I think that everything that they did solo-wise is just fine the way it is. So I wouldn't like to see any of those songs get a Beatle treatment, because if they went into the studio and did a particular Beatles song, I just think more arguments would ensue and somebody would be more controlling than the other. So what I'd like to see, though, is if they went back in the studio and put out another album, why don't they put out a covers album? Like they could, yeah, there's lots of brilliant songs that I'd love to see get the Beatles treatment. How about doing a Kinks song? How about When I Turn Off the Living Room Light? How about When I Turn Off the Living Room Light? That'd be great. Or I'm Not Like Anybody Else, Everybody Else. I can't even read today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Or how about doing, I don't know, a Leonard Cohen song? Brilliant, right? Why don't they do Famous Blue Raincoat? That would be great if they gave it the Beatles treatment. How about a Bob Dylan song? I mean, Dylan, the Beatles influenced Dylan. Like he was basically one of the movers and shakers behind him going electric in the first place. So he thought, if those clowns can do it, I can do it. Yeah, why don't they do a cover of Forever Young or You Angel You? That would be great songs to do. I mean, they can pick the songs they want to do, but just do a Bob Dylan song, because Bob Dylan influenced those guys, made them better writers. So, let's not forget Ringo. I mean, Ringo's got to have a song on every album, right? So maybe he could do a cover of Lick It Up by Kiss. That'd be great. Question number 7. We're coming to the end here. Show a Beatles picture disc, yay or nay? Colored vinyl? Well, I do not have any picture discs of anybody. I think they're just not for me. I think they're kind of dumb, actually. And colored vinyl, well, all my Beatles albums are in black vinyl. And I'm a black vinyl person if I have my choice. But if I buy a record that's colored vinyl, yeah, so what? That's good. As long as the pressing's good and it sounds good. Colored vinyl's kind of cute. It's a marketing tool. But I don't go out of my way to buy colored vinyl. So for some reason, you were condemned to listen to one Beatles compilation for the rest of your life. What is it? Show it. I guess this one is good enough for me. Beatles, it's the volume 2, I think. Beatles 67 to 70. And it's got just about everything you want from that period. Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, like I'm the Walrus, Hello, Goodbye. It does have Obla Di Obla Da on it, though. And it's also got Octopus's Garden. That's the kind of a stinker, too. But it's got Old Brown Shoe on it. I love that song. Come Together's on there. Lady Madonna's, like great songs. So you can't go wrong with this. This is the old standby. So that's my answer. I missed a question somewhere, didn't I? Do you feel there? Oh, I did not. Question number 9. Do you feel there is an underrated Beatles song? If so, show the album and why you feel it's underrated. Well, I'm going to show you Beatles 65. And the song that I'm going to pick off of here is I'm a Loser. I love that song. You never hear it on the radio, or people don't talk about it, but it's a great John song. I'm a John guy. I'm not a Paul guy. And yeah, great song. And George has got a great, stole a great riff from Carl Perkins on there. It's a great guitar again, I can't talk. Guitar work on that album. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm a loser. And this was just before they released Rubber Soul, and they really started to fly after that. But some great songs on here. I'll Be Back, Honey Don't, I Feel Fine. I Feel Fine is a great song as well. So, I'm a loser. John Lennon's I'm a Loser. Underrated song. Question number 10. Show a single with a cool picture sleeve or a picture sleeve from another country. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is not a Canadian 45, and I don't have very many 45s to show you. I've only got 2, but I will show you this. This is a picture sleeve, and this is I Don't Want to Spoil the Party and 8 Days a Week. I think it's an American Press, Capitol Records, 5371. So, yeah, that's my single I'm going to show you. But I got other stuff to show you as well. I've got a lot of EPs here. These are all in mono, I think. So, All My Lovin', The Beatles, Hard Day's Night. These were re-released in, I think, about 1974, actually. So, they are not original presses. The Beatles. It's got Yesterday, Act Naturally, You Like Me Too Much, and It's Only Love. It's called The Beatles. I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, Anna Go to Him in Chains, Beatles for Sale. Hey, I'm a loser's on here, so hey, bingo. Rock and roll music, 8 days a week. Beatles for Sale, number 2. I'll Follow the Sun, Babies in Black, Words of Love, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. Another great song, I Don't Want to Spoil the Party. The Beatles hits. And what do they have on here? For Me to You, Please Please Me, Love Me Do, and Thank You Girl. I don't know if Thank You Girl ever released on an album. I don't think so, if my memory is correct. Hard Day's Night, and the original EP for Magical Mystery Tour, which was not released in album form in England when it first came out. It has been since, I think, but this is the original EP with the booklet inside. Really nice mint copy. Words, pictures, etc., etc. So, there you go, Mark. That's my Beatle tag. Oh, I got one more thing to show you. I got a bootleg. I showed a bootleg in my Rolling Stones video. I might as well show a Beatles bootleg. And this one's called Sweet Apple Tracks. It's a German copy. It's a double album. And legend has it that these tapes were rescued from a garbage can behind the studio. And it's got some interesting songs on here. How about No Pakistanis? Bebop Balula. They do Norwegian Wood on here. This is all stuff from the studio when they were doing the Let It Be sessions. Mama, You're Just on My Mind. White Power, Promenade, Back to the Commonwealth. So lots of songs there that are, the little snippets of songs, but interesting record, and yeah, pretty good cover actually for a bootleg of its time. So there we go. The Beatles. Give me a like, give me a dislike. You haven't subbed me up, give me a sub. Thanks for watching. This is a little bit shorter. This is only coming in at under 14 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye now. Yeah, till the next video. I've got some recent buys to show you next time, so see you then. Cheers, guys.